Hey guys, so I'm about to show you guys how I am going to record my very first podcast episode. Literally, I'm sitting here with my iPad. That's it. And just to show you guys, I am going to be using my camera to actually record the process and using this app called Anchor to do my audio for the podcast and hopefully get it uploaded to Spotify and Apple. I gotta kind of look into it. Like, I'm literally learning as I go. Like, literally. Don't know what I'm doing. Gonna just try something and hope for the best. But I just wanted to give you guys kind of like the BTS of what's going on while I get this filmed. I know I'm gonna be super nervous when I actually start filming myself doing a podcast because it's kind of awkward talking to yourself. It's even awkward talking to myself right now, but I think that the podcast is going to be even more awkward because I know I'm not that good with editing, and I'm going to have to figure that out. And hopefully I can figure it out and get it edited so that it all flows when it's on the podcast. But I'm going to pretty much let y'all see it in real time. So no edits, no takeout. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you think. Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Extraordinary and Black. Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Extraordinary Black Girl. I am your host, known as Bree Epicanis, affectionately. I am your host, Brittany Epicanis, also known as Bree, affectionately known as Bria. Get it? Bria, Brittany Epicanis, by my mom, and Diddy by my friends. But for the sake of this podcast, you guys can call me Bree. This is a podcast that I am creating. I said I was going to start doing things that kind of make me uncomfortable this year. It's December 2022, going into the new year for 2023. And I said I was going to start doing podcasting. I was going to start doing YouTubing. So I am filming this very first episode. I'm going to upload it to my YouTube channel so that I can just show you the process of me podcasting, showing you that I really have the bare minimum of equipment, meaning I'm using an iPad, my cell phone for video, as well as an app called Anchor. And that's all I got. I don't have a mic. I don't have any fancy headphones or equipment. I'm just really just doing the, just showing you basically where I'm starting from. Hopefully, as time goes on, I'll get better and I'll get more equipment and I'll get more comfortable talking on the podcast as well as on my YouTube channel. But for now, I am a newbie to this, so please show me some grace. I am really wanting to share my story, my message with those out there. If you were so lucky to find this podcast, I thank you for just listening. And, I would love to hear your feedback, share your opinions, connect with me. Who knows where this could take us? We could build what we could build from here. So really want to really just share what's on my mind as an extraordinary Black girl. And by extraordinary, I don't mean extraordinary. I'm literally saying extraordinary Black girl. Like ordinary AF, okay? I'm talking like John Legend's Ordinary People, but super duper extraordinary, as in regular schmegular, in the words of Cardi B. So basically, there's a lot of thoughts that I have swirling around my mind. And today, I just wanted to share with you why I'm starting this podcast. Like I was saying, I said I was going to start doing things that made me kind of uncomfortable, push me out my comfort zone. And podcasting is one of those things I've been wanting to do for a long time. So I've always had these ideas. I like to listen to podcasts, true crime being my favorite podcast. Fun fact, love true crime. But I just wanted to just talk about things from my perspective. So really with the focus on like careers and goals, family, my relationship or relationships in general. That could be friendships, that could be marriage, just different things like that. And some of the things I'm interested in, like meditation, journaling, writing. I love to write. I just started my Medium. That was another thing that I said I was going to start doing, is writing and posting the things that I write, instead of just like editing and editing and editing, just actually posting it. And that's been something I've struggled with. It's just really not waiting for perfection. And now I'm just like, let's act, let's do it, and let's post it. And that's not delete it, because I know I'm good for that. Like, I'll be like, oh no, that wasn't right, let me delete it. But I said I wasn't going to do that. So hopefully this podcast, will be something I can show my growth. So I started here, and now look it, I'm here. So that's really the goal, is to really just start putting things out that maybe are not perfect. But I think that, those imperfect things are just beautiful, because they're a representation of what you're thinking, your thoughts, your heart at the moment. And if you're waiting for perfection, you might not have that authenticity that you have by just doing it now. So really, that's what this first episode is about. It's about just doing it, just breaking into it, getting all the newbie jitters out, and just doing something you're afraid of. When you kind of feel that like anxiety and that, ooh, I really want to do it, but I'm really scared, that fear is really a good sign. That means you might be really onto something good. So if you think about all the greats in history, they're not waiting for that perfect moment to act. They're acting. And when you act, you are rewarded for your action. If you continue to act, it's just really funny how once you start doing something, then all of a sudden, all these creative juices start flowing. And then now you have this whole, like this art or this work, or, whatever it is that you are trying to create or make, then it's just like things start coming, or these new opportunities start coming to you. These new doors start opening. And I'll just give you an example. I used to do social media marketing. Now, I am far removed from social media marketing. How I got into it was, I was talking to like my wax girl, just telling her, I had been doing this social media for one of my close friends, just because she needed somebody to do it. She couldn't manage her theater and her, writing and things, and do social media. So I just offered to do it. And I was talking to my esthetician, my wax girl, about it. And she was like, do you charge to do this? And I'm like, no, this is just something I do for a friend. And she was like, girl, you could charge to do this. And she was like, I'm going to be your first real paying client. And all of a sudden, she became my client. And then I'm at the nail shop and sitting next to this lady getting her toes done. And I'm just talking to her because, I'm friendly sometimes. And she's very friendly. And she's just talking. She's like, so what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I work for this company, but I also do social media marketing on the side. She was like, I need a social media marketer. I've been looking for you. She was like, God sent me next to you. And we fostered a relationship, and I started doing hers. And then from there, my wax girl referred me to somebody else. And it was just so crazy how just talking about it and just acting and doing just created this momentum. And that's the thing that we get stuck into, always waiting for that perfect moment and not really building the momentum. So I said, let's build some momentum. I'm going to start writing again. So I write every day now. I draw, and I am not a great artist, but I love to draw. And something about it is so therapeutic for me. And who knows? I've never shared my art, but I'm going to start sharing my art. I said I'm going to do that, because why not? And people are always going to have their opinions, and they're always going to be critical, but I can't be concerned about their critical opinions, or, if they're not even doing the things I'm trying to do. Like, why am I so concerned about the thoughts of others who are not even moving the same way I'm moving? And hopefully by doing these things, it'll get me in a position to meet the people who are moving the way I'm trying to move. Some people, and, so I can network and, build relationships with these people. And, who knows? Who knows what it can bring? And that's the thing, really. Like, you don't know what you might be missing out on if you just don't act. So I know I went off on a tangent. I know. So back to who I am. So like I said, my name is Brittany Apicanis, also known as Diddy. All my friends from back in the day call me Diddy, still call me Diddy since high school. as I got older, I started to like to go by Bree. I just like those first 3 letters of my name, Bree. Brittany to me always sounded kind of childish. It's like I never knew any grown-ups named Brittany besides like Britney Spears. So I was like, don't call me Brittany. But I mean, if you call me Brittany, that's fine. Whatever, it is what it is. What I don't like is Brit. Do not call me Brit. I hate Brit. It sounds like a boy name or a Britain or something. I just don't like that. So you can call me Bree. You can call me Diddy. For the purposes of this podcast, I will go by Bree. My mom calls me Bria. She's the only one that calls me Bria. So that's just reserved for my mom. But I am currently working in corporate America. I'm a supervisor for a Fortune 500 company. Love what I do. I love the people I work with. The favorite parts of my job is like just the training aspect and the motivating piece. Being a supervisor, I get to coach and develop talent. I love to really get them motivated and pumped up about what they do and like try to show them that you could do anything. And I started getting a lot of feedback like, man, you are really good at motivating people. Like something about when you say things to us, I feel like we could do anything. And I'm like, I probably should be doing something with this. But I was just one of those people. It's just something that comes naturally when I'm working, but it was very difficult to do it outside of my job. You know, it was just very difficult because I was just, not that I'm a shy person, I'm not, but I just was scared. I'm just scared to act. There we go. Scared to act, waiting for that perfect moment, waiting for perfection. You know, I wrote an article on Medium called Execution is Greater Than Perfection. And if I'll link it in the episode so you guys can check it out if you want to. And just really just, you know, listening to what people are telling you your gift is and acting on it. So I used to call myself a jack of all trades, but a master of none. But I don't know. I might be a master. And when by a master, I don't mean like I know it all. Not, by any means. I mean, we always as people can learn and grow. Even the top of their game, you can grow and learn. But I just meant to say that I could do a lot of things. But what was that one thing I was really good at? And if I just open my ears and listen, if you do the same, if you just open your ears and listen, people are telling you what your gift is. The thing that you just do so effortlessly, like when you're in your zone of genius, your zone of excellence, it's just kind of like, what do I do so effortlessly? Effortlessly that it just seems so natural, and it just seems like I'm just in the flow. And have you guys heard that? I don't know if you guys have watched that Disney movie. It's called, it's gonna drive me crazy if I can't think of it. Souls or something like that. Anyway, go on Disney Plus. You know what I'm talking about. Search Souls. You'll see what I'm talking about. If I can think of it, I'll put it in the show notes, right? But anyway, in that in that movie, there was a scene where he was just in the flow. He was in his zone of genius, and it was kind of like an outer body experience. And that's kind of like the feeling I get when I am in teaching mode and motivating mode and coaching mode and developing mode. It's just like outer body experience, and nothing feels more natural than what I'm feeling at this moment. So that's just, one of those things. I was like, I gotta do this outside of corporate America. I could probably, even if I touch one person, even if I inspire one person to move, that's big to me, because I've always felt like in some way we have the ability as humans to change the world, and not the whole entire world per se, but maybe just one person. Just changing one person, guiding one person to action, or, helping one person get through something. And if I only do that, then hey, I'm happy. So that's what I kind of about my work life and what I do. I'm married. I have a son. I have a dog named Tyson. What else about me that's important? I'm a foodie. I'm a struggling plant-based baddie, as self-proclaimed, meaning that I am, trying to be 100% plant-based, but I do cheat sometimes. I struggle with still going out to eat. I definitely can't call myself a vegan, because I know the more I researched, I learned about what an actual vegan is, and I realized that that's not a diet itself, and more so a mindset of somebody who is not eating meat for the intention of not harming animals and the environment. So can't really call myself a vegan yet. I do hope to be that someday. But right now, my mindset is just more so trying to just be more plant-based, eating plant-based. I eat almost 100% plant-based at home. It's when I go out to eat. Man, I need some friends where are my plant-based friends at? Because I need y'all to be like, let's go to Trap Vegan. Okay, I have one friend actually, and me and her do go to, I hope it doesn't close down, but I know they're in the process of possibly closing down. We do go to Chili Mustard and Onions, which is a vegan Coney Island in Detroit. But man, y'all, it's hard. I'm trying, I'm really trying. After I had my stroke, and yes, if you have not watched my first YouTube video, I do talk about my stroke, but I actually had a stroke last year. It's been a little bit over a year now. December of last year, 2021, I had a stroke with no warning, no symptoms, no signs, no any of the things that they would typically look for somebody who's at risk of stroke. I had none of those risk factors. So please, if you are interested in hearing about my stroke and my experience, you could check out my YouTube video, and I will also link that. But I probably will talk about that in another episode as well, for those who like to hear things with audio versus necessarily wanting to watch a video. But and that caused me to go plant-based because I just needed to get my health in order and try to prevent that from happening again, because it's literally the scariest thing I've ever been through in my life. Don't want to ever go through that again. Not saying that plant-based will necessarily prevent it, but there's a lot of research that what you put in your body can really determine the outcomes of your health. So probably I'll talk about that later too. Some of the people I love to follow and get that advice from. So that would be another episode. But I am almost 40, getting really close to that age. Just found out that I'm actually 36, thanks TikTok. I kept saying I was 37, kept saying 37. It's so funny how after 30, you just literally forget your age. But I'm actually 36. And I am from Michigan. I mean, those are like the basics about me. Graduated from Wayne State University with a bachelor's in English. Graduated from Central Michigan University with a master's of public administration, and never really went into that line of work. That's another topic. Just like going to college and feeling like the pressures of going to college and not doing anything with that degree. Whew, I could talk about that forever. But and really, those are the big things about me. I'm a very family-oriented person. Love my family. I have 3 siblings. Really, really close to my mother. My father is deceased. I love him. God rest his soul. I was very close to my father, and my grandma. Like, we are super close knit. But yeah. That's pretty much it in a nutshell about me. I don't really have any hidden talents or secret things that I do that are like earth-shattering. Like, I just don't. I mean, like I said, I like to draw. I find interest in a lot of things. I like to research a lot of information, and into like meditation and journaling, writing. So no hidden talents, unfortunately. I can't sing. No, my husband thinks I can, but I honestly cannot sing. I just can't do it. I wish I could sing. I always had dreams of being a rock star. It's not going to happen. So, yep. But that's it about me. Looking forward to going on this journey with you guys and just seeing how it evolves and improves as time goes on. And I'm just hoping that I can stay consistent. So I'm going to hold myself accountable, and I just want to leave you all with this piece of advice. If there's something that you've been wanting to do, you've been holding off on, you've been putting off for that perfect moment, just do it. Set some time aside and do it. Make out a plan if you have to, like if it involves anything where you might need some a certain equipment or certain apps or a certain, guidance or knowledge. Just set out a plan, put down some steps that you need to take in order to do it, and make a day, put it on your calendar and get it done. Just do it. Like Nike said, just do it. Seriously, because you could be holding on to so much greatness, and it is honestly your responsibility to share it with the world. If you're not sharing your greatness with the world, guess what? You're being selfish, because you are meant to share your gifts. We're giving gifts for a reason. Listen to those things that people are telling you that are your gifts, and that they see you and you're just doing it without any effort at all. You're just in that zone of excellence. And really think about those things and do what you're intended to do, okay? I think you will be much happier doing that. I know we are often stressed out, and a lot of times the stress is because we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. We're not doing our gifts. We're not acting on our gifts. And if you do those things, hopefully it will just open up so many opportunities for you. So that's my challenge to you. And tell me what you did. How about that? How about you tell me what thing you took action on? Okay. So you can either tell me through the podcast, or you can also tell me through my YouTube, or go to Medium, or connect with me on LinkedIn. I place all these links of how we can connect. I'm also on TikTok. I ain't doing a whole bunch on TikTok yet, y'all. I am just too old to figure it out. But, I'll give you all the different ways we can connect, and, maybe we can network, help each other out, hold each other accountable. But going into 2023, let's do those things we said we were going to do. All right. And I am going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you so much for listening. And I am looking forward to you guys joining me on the next episode. Talk soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed the very first episode. I just now finally uploaded it. It's been a little over a week since I originally filmed everything. And the part of the problem was I was not able to get everything up to date on Anchor. So whatever was going on with Anchor, every time I would try to save something, every time I would try to put something on there, it would be like failed. So really that was the problem. So it's finally up there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I hope that from there it just gets better, because as you can hear, if you actually went and listened to the podcast, it's not very smooth as far as the transitions and everything. It didn't flow as well as I thought it would. So clearly I still have some learning to do. So hopefully I am able to get that all situated by the next episode. And if I'm not, it is what it is. I'm just learning. So thanks for watching. Have a good one.